Take one, go. That's what I do when I actually do my videos. What's going on, DMG clan? Today, AYN made the announcement that the Odin 2 Mini is going to be released on May 20th, 2024 for pre-order. There we go. So this is going to be really, really cool. Now, I did a post this morning about this because I wanted to share this with everybody. I know other people have been posting about this. And here it is. Yes, it does look very familiar. Very, very familiar to the point where it looks like this thing. And I love it. This is the PS Vita. Very, 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 very similar, except for the joysticks and the D-pad and stuff. Well, I guess the D-pad almost, the D-pad's almost about the same. So this is the PS Vita, and according to the side-by-side, I have an actual PS Vita here, and my Odin 2. So let's try to see if I can figure out this camera situation. Because according to their picture, and we can actually see, let's go to their, maybe it was on this page. I don't remember what page it was on. Odin 2, there it is right there. So this picture right here, this is a side-by-side comparison. And it's about the same size as a Vita, to be honest. I don't know if they're using Vita parts or what they're using. Welcome, Juan, right? I always say Juan still, I don't know why. Juan, Traverse Stories, Virtua. How's it going? I love it too. I actually really like this. I want to hear you guys think about this. I'm going to be pre-ordering it. We have to look at the specs. Yes, so the specs. So the big thing is the specs for the processor, at least, is the exact same processor as the Odin 2. And it's Juan. Yes, Juan. You sent me a voice chat. I know, I'm sorry. I think it's just because of, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm sorry. So mini LED. So we got the standard picture here, picture quality down here on the left-hand side, and the mini LED. Now, mini LED, that is very, very rare to see in devices too. So that is really, really cool. Screen burn-in resistance, power saving. So yes, LED has a power saving. Now, what does that mean for the, I guess one of you I talked to? How's it going, Nico the Gamer? I talked to a few people offline or online, and they said that mini LEDs kind of have a issue with latency, I guess, and maybe they do. I'm not too sure. We'll have to find out, obviously, when this comes in the mail, and hopefully it comes by the end of June, before the end of June. That'll be really cool. Now, yeah, I keep zooming in and looking at this stuff. So there's the color differences and everything. And yeah, this is going to be the big, big difference between the Odin 2 that we have right now and the Odin 2 Mini. Buttons, they look like they're different buttons. They have like the kind of looking buttons like the PS Vita. I know my front camera is not the greatest. It's just a cheap little front facing camera. And it really looks a lot like the PS Vita does. So we have the start and select on the bottom, just like the PS Vita. We have a home button and a back button, which is a good thing that they actually kept that in there. I know the home and back button being on the bottom like that kind of does suck. And I don't know, it might get in the way of that D-pad. I think it might get in the way of that D-pad. Now, what about the speakers? Are these front-facing speakers down here? That's what that looks like. That looks like front-facing speakers, which is a good thing they did that because front-facing speakers are amazing. Now, I want to see this thing's behind. Let's look at the back side of this thing if we can, because there it is right there. If that's not a PS Vita, that's literally a PS Vita. Look at the bumps. That is literally a PS Vita at the back. So that is a good comparison to actually see that. And yeah, that's definitely a PS Vita. So side-by-side comparison, and then we have the thickness cap right here. That's about it. That's a PS Vita as well. There's the thickness. This is the PS Vita 1000, by the way. How's it going, Green Scout? Retrospect, mini LED should be great if done right. Wonder if it has dome switches like the Vita. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting take on that too, right? They really look like they did a good job with this thing. It looks slick. There's a TF card slot at the top. It's got the micro HDMI at the top, or mini. Is it micro or mini? I always forget which one's which. We got the volume rocker and the home and back button, or the power button. It doesn't look like it's gonna have a fingerprint reader. Now, I don't use my fingerprint reader. I always forget that my Odin 2, which is right here, I was actually in the middle of playing some 3DS before I jumped on, is it has a fingerprint reader at the top. All it's missing is the rear touchpad. Yeah, the rear touchpad. I always forget that this is a touchpad on the back. Now, I've never really used this that much. I guess I have an actual controller. So I got this thing right here. And if I put my PS Vita in it, you can actually use the touch functions when the PS Vita's in it for games that actually allow you to do it, but I never use it. So I kind of got used to using that the way it is. I'm going to try to show you guys. I have my Odin 2. I have my PS Vita next to each other. I'm going to try to show you a side-by-side here. I just got to try to figure out my camera situation. Here we go. Hope you all are doing well. This is very, very cool. I didn't actually expect this to be out this fast. I want to hear what you guys think about this, because the Odin 2 is still a big, big, awesome device. And this is just my camera. I'm not using my program that I usually use, and the lighting's probably not the best. But there is the PS Vita next to the Odin 2. And this is probably what we're going to expect based off of this picture right here. Let's, where is that picture? I'm zoomed all the way in. Let's go back up here. So if we do a side-by-side, just like this picture is showing. Zoom out a little bit. I don't want to zoom in that much. Let's zoom out. Zoom out. Good. Control. Where the heck did that go? Of course, that's not going to work. Maybe I should have saved this picture and then just zoomed. It just wants to keep zooming in. All right, so there's the side-by-side with both of these right next to each other. And yes, I do have some other things to share with you guys, but so that's maybe what we're expecting. Now, this has a case on it, so it's going to be a little bit smaller and a little bit different, obviously, for obvious reasons, but that is what we're looking at, right? So let's try to drag that down so you can actually see this. So there's this one and then this one. Now, the specs, again, so what you said about the specs, that's a very important detail, obviously. And let's open up my web browser again here. Because according to the specs, it still has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is a good thing. I was actually expecting it to maybe have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, perhaps. And it has a 5,000 milliamp battery. Anti-slip TPU mat, so that's what this is basically calling it. Air outlets, so we have our active cooling still. Hopefully the active cooling is as good as the Odin 2, a regular model. That's going, Curtis. Thank you, poo poo fart. Caca poo poo fart. Midsummer, when the announcement started, I worried they're going to have delays because it seems like a last minute decision. Well, that's one thing that, like, you know, you want to. They've been working on this probably for like 4 or 5 months, right? So, or they could have even been working on this for a while. And thank you, Curtis, for the $5 donation for the channel. Yes, don't forget, guys, if you want to become members, you want to send me a super chat at any time, any super thanks or anything like that on the channel, that does really help the channel and keep on with all of these giveaways that I'm running, which I'm going to be talking to you guys about. I ordered last week the Odin 2 Pro. In the Odin 2 Pro, you're not going to be disappointed about. Unless you really wanted something that was smaller, like this one, and that LED screen, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, this thing, it's still, you know, it's whopping the 8GB RAM, 12GB model. So the base model, I guess, is going to have 8GB of RAM. And then there's going to be the Pro model, the 8 Mini Pro or something, that has the 12 gigabyte RAM and 256 gigabyte micro SD, or 256 gigabyte UFS 4.0 storage. Now, I think the Odin 2 has UFS 4.0 as well. Let's actually go look at that for a second. I'm going to type in AYN for a second here. I can't remember what the Odin 2 has for storage. I think it's the same storage. And yeah, it's the UFS 4.0 still. So it's basically the same thing, just a smaller battery, which, like, a smaller battery is still great, and it weighs 320 grams. Now, how much does the Odin 2 weigh? 420 grams. It's 100 grams lighter. And it looks amazing. Like, it is a perfect size for the Odin 2. And I really do agree with you there, Juan. That is really, you know, a really, really great size. I love this thing. I know you can't see it right now. I'm going to show it back on the camera again. And everything about this device is basically my favorite device, my go-to device that I play all the time. Now, here is my my PS Vita. I might have to sell my PS Vita at this point because I'm going to be buying the Odin 2 mini for sure. I'm going to be sitting on my computer waiting for that to arrive, because literally this device right here that you see me playing right now is one of those devices that you can just jump into your emulators and you can, like, I'm playing on just performance mode right now with 3DS emulation with Lime 3DS, and it just plays. It plays really, really well. And now I know we need some sort of differential. I don't even know. I can't even speak right now because I'm just so excited about this. Some sort of different option for dual screen games like this. But the fact that it does really, really well for any emulation like this, and this I think is only upscaled right now to, I think I upscaled it to 2 times resolution, and 2 times resolution to 3 times resolution with 3DS emulation is really, really good. And it looks really, really good if you side by side compare the actual 3DS to these games. The colors pop. The Odin 2 just feels really good in the hands, and it just, I can play this thing for hours. I've literally played this for like 3 or 4 hours without realizing it. Oh crap, I just squished myself. Not sure how I did that. And I actually enjoyed every minute of it. And it's just something that you will love, even the base model, which is going to lead me to what I'm about to say in a few minutes after we finish this level, perhaps. Now, I'm going to open up the chat here again so I can actually see what you guys are saying if I don't die, because I'm going to die. I also think it's better battery life will be on the Odin 2 much better because the Odin 2 have 6-inch and 8 million. Yeah, exactly. So, like, this battery life on this device, so I charged this up before I jumped on here, and I'm at 98%. I wasn't fully charged when I pulled it off the charger because I was just quickly charging it before I jumped on. And it does last a long time. And I've proved that. Even with the base model, I've proved that with the battery life. And the 5,000 milliamp battery for the Odin 2 Mini, that's going to be good enough for that device, hopefully, with that LED screen, because LED is less demanding when it comes to power consumption. Altogether, LED is just so much better with power consumption than LCD and stuff. So, but then we got plasma, but we don't have any plasma devices yet. Hopefully we never do. But plasma is one of those screens that is, you know, not going to be a thing anymore, I don't think. So yeah, LED with that 5,000 milliamp battery is going to be way more than enough. And I actually can prove that because my well, this is a mini LED. I've never used a mini LED, I don't think, before in anything, and I just died again. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. So just the fact that, you know, you can play, and I'm at World 2. I've played a lot of, this is, again, Lime 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land. A lot of people like Super Mario 3D Land, and that game really, really does perform really well on Lime 3DS as of right now. I'm at World 2 for this as well. And I was not shocked when I could tell that this device would actually render this. And that's one big question that a lot of people have been having is, what's the specs on the Odin 2 Mini? And the fact that a lot of people didn't actually even know that it was coming out. That was the other thing. That is, like, I remember seeing the post 3 days ago about this coming out, and I was so shocked at the time, but wasn't shocked to the point where I was like, hey, they haven't released anything in a while. Wonder if they're going to come out with something else. And they are coming out with something else, which is really, really cool. So expect some content about that, because I'm going to be releasing some content about that. I am going to be getting not just one, hint, hint. And yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to talk about with that. And it's just so powerful. And I know so many people that have said that as well, that it's just so powerful that it does everything that you would want a mobile handheld to do. I own multiple different mobile handhelds, and well, that's, you know, something that I've shared a lot about with all the newer ones. Even the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Retroid Pocket 4 Pro has a decent amount of performance. It depends on what you're looking to get out of your device as well, of course, but honestly, I think the Odin 2 is the god of handhelds of 2024, and the Odin 2 Mini, that'll be the goddess. That's what I'm going to call that one, maybe. It depends on how well it performs, obviously. We don't know yet. So the big thing about performance is how well the operating system handles everything as well, too. And you could have, you know, stuff like that goes to show performance-wise when it comes to like devices like the MSI Claw, for example. That MSI Claw, I've heard so many bad stories about that thing already, and I would not buy that. I didn't buy that, and I've heard so many people not buying it because the developers didn't, you know, push out a device that was fully compatible to play a lot of these games with a powerful processor, because they just wanted to push it out and then decided later on that they would update the stuff later on. And Asus kind of did this as well, but the Asus ROG Ally really impressed me. I waited at least like 8 months before I bought mine. I think it was about 8 months, and I haven't had any issues. So I'm going to pause this for a second. So if it was $50 less than the Pro, it would be redundant. Yeah, buy a portable PS2 for traveling. And this is a portable PS2. This is, well, the Odin 2 Mini, I guess, would be a portable PS2 in a sense, right? And the PS2 can run really well on this. So I don't know if I set up PS2 on this. I think I did. I did, yeah. And I'm gonna, why does it keep updating? I don't know why it keeps updating. For some reason, I turned off my updates, and it still wants to update to that latest version for whatever reason, 3064 off of the Google Play Store, which, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. So anyways, I'm gonna go back into 3DS. So yes, this device, it does really look nice to me. By the way, I'm quite new to the channel. I found it a couple days ago. Well, welcome. I like to talk out loud when I read anybody's messages and stuff. Unless AOIN decides to stop selling the Odin 2 Pro at early bird price because they never raised the MSRP after launch, which is, yeah, like, that's just, I think that's just their selling scheme. Like, they could be saying, hey, we're going to drop this to $30 less. And maybe they will keep it at $339 and then give you the $30 early bird discount. You know, like that's one big thing that we could see, because $299 for the base model, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. Don't forget about the base model giveaways that I'm running. I'm not giving away just one base model. This is one of them. I'm giving away not just two. There's another one right here. I'm not giving away just 3, 4, yeah, 4 base models. I'm giving away 5 Odin 2s altogether. 4 base models, plus this one right here, which is the white one that is only going to members. I've mentioned this a few times. We have to reach 150 members before I actually give away the white one. For one of you guys, we have approximately 60-ish members now that are paid members between Patreon and YouTube. And giveaways, this is only the one that's going to members only. Now, members could win one of the base models as well, and if a member does win one of the base models, then they can't win the Pro model because it's going to be going against my thing of giving away the same device twice kind of thing. So that means that if I were to give away an Odin 2 Mini, if I were to give away an Odin 2 Mini, that's a different device to me. But I would hope that maybe the person, if they won an Odin 2 already, won an Odin 2, would say, hey, give it to the next guy. Because I want everybody to be able to enjoy these devices. You know, I know 5 of these. I bought 5 base models, and these are 4 left. I've already given away one at 10,000 subscribers. The white one is all mine. I claim. I know it looks so nice, doesn't it? Like, it's been sitting in the box on my shelf, and it needs to go to somebody. Somebody needs to get it so that they can play with it. You need to become a member. There's almost 14,000 of you gamers on this channel. At $3 Canadian a month to become a member, I could buy 82 Odins. I did the calculations this morning. I could buy 82 Odins. 82 Odins if all 14,000 of you became members at $3 a month today. Become a member. You don't just get entries, extra entries for these giveaways, because you do get extra entries for those. Automatic entries by becoming just a member. 5 bonus entries just by being a base member. 10 for a gamer member. 15 for a master member. That is entries that you don't ever have to worry about. You get those entries no matter what. So if you miss out on the free entries, which are just by commenting on videos and stuff like that, then you can still get entries no matter what. Even if you don't make it to the live, when I do the giveaway, you get those entries and whatever, no matter what. That is something that I'm giving out as a bonus for any of the members, along with a 6-month bonus gift package. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more because I know that I haven't really talked about it a lot. And I did a video about it, but I still don't think it was clear enough. Now, another thing I changed yesterday in the video about, not yesterday, 2 days ago, about the Odin 2 being the god of all handhelds, is if you've been a member for 3 months plus, you'll get double the bonus entries. So I know if you become a member today, that kind of sucks, but if you stay a member for 3 more months and we do another Odin 2 giveaway and you've been a master member, that's 30 bonus entries automatically. I give you guys lots of opportunities to get bonus entries in by just watching videos. All you have to do is just watch my videos. Make sure you pay attention to all my videos, because I have videos released right now that I've told members about that you can gain. I don't know what I just did there. That you can gain entries for. And I've told them what videos to look for. Now, I only shared this with members. Members can share this with anybody if they want to, but they have the choice to do that, obviously. So that is why I'm giving away these devices, because I think they're so awesome. And I'm still giving away a Retroid Pocket 4, by the way, a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. And that thing is just sitting on my desk right now, right, just waiting to be gone. The reason why it's out is because I was actually resetting it again. And yes, Juan has been a member for 3 months so far as a DMG Clan Master member. Thank you for giving back to the community. We need all the new folks to join the Discord community. That's a big hangout spot, which it is. Yeah, Discord. How many people do we have? How many gamers do we have on Discord right now? I'm going to show you guys the stats. 1,326 members are on Discord right now. And let me see if I can actually... And there's a lot of people that are active. A lot of people are active on that Discord, so if you have any questions about stuff, and I'm not on there because I'm not always on Discord, I'll let you know that. I jump in almost daily just to check things and make sure that nobody's spamming things and stuff like that, and I try to comment and answer questions. But I have other things that I'm doing, and I'm trying to make content. I'm trying to share this stuff with you guys, and again, I try to come up with ways for myself to also make extra money, to be able to give these things back to you guys, because obviously this is $299 USD. Do the math times 5, and then you know how much this one is. And then I'm also giving away a bonus one, which, give me a second. I announced it the other day, which is my blue one. I'm giving away my blue one to one of you once I reach 100,000 subscribers. And there's going to be so many more different giveaways during that 100,000 subscriber celebration, by the way. It's not just going to be this. There's going to be a couple other things that I've already thought about. So you're going to be able to get one of these devices. This is my main device. I use this one all the time. I barely touch my blue one. I kind of played around with it. I did stuff to it, and I reset it. It's reset. It's ready to go. It's going out the door. You're going to get a 512 gigabyte micro SD card with it. You're going to get a case. You're going to get everything. You're going to get the whole shebang with that thing. And I haven't announced that yet, but I'm announcing it because whoever's in here during the live can actually hear this, or whoever watches it after. So again, jump on, become a member. We're going to be close to 15,000 subscribers very soon. My goal is to get 100,000 subscribers by September, October. I'm going to do everything I can to push out content. I'm going to push out crazy content. I'm going to push out the channel. I'm going to try to share it more. I'm going to try to jump into Reddit. I'm going to try to market it myself, and I need you guys to try to market me as well. And gave away so much, his ISP cut him off for not paying his bills. Yeah, at least my internet bill is only $60 a month. So yeah, our bills are all paid. Don't worry about that stuff. This was money that I spent back in January, and yeah, it's all paid for. Don't worry about it. Rip the internet. I have 20 gigabytes of data on my phone, so if I ever not pay my internet bill, I guess I will use my data if I have to. So yeah, don't worry about that. I'm just saying, like, I have other products that, like, recently I sold some stuff myself just because I wanted to get the Odin 2 Mini, and that's how I do things. I don't try to like pull money out of my bank and stuff a lot. Like, obviously the money came from my bank originally, but I try to like resell things and try to make money off certain things and stuff. Like recently I sold that red 2DS, for example, and I sold something else recently as well. So like I try to make money by buying certain things, fixing them up and reselling them, and that's what I do on the side. I don't really share that stuff too much. I just use it for content to try to share how to do these things. And I still have content that's coming that's about certain devices that I've received that I haven't actually shared anything about yet. And I recently got a controller that I'm going to be sharing information about, another mobile controller, which actually is really, really good. Some people might like it, some people might not, and some people might just want to get one of these, right? So I'm going to die in a second after 6 seconds. So, so yes, don't forget about the Odin 2 base model giveaways. You can gain, as of right now, 5 extra entries to that giveaway. That includes today's live. If anybody watches this live and comments on this video after the live, not during the live, because I don't think I can keep an eye on the chat in this regard. So does the giveaway include other countries? So the giveaway includes free shipping in North America. And if you're a master member, I am waiving half the shipping fee as a master member. Now, the big thing is for certain countries, I do have to charge a shipping fee, because certain countries, the shipping fee is like almost 150 to 200 bucks because of where you live. And the fact that this has a battery in it, Canada Post won't let me ship this outside of North America with a battery in it unless it's DHL or UPS, I think was, and FedEx. FedEx was another one. Now, I could try to, hide the fact that it has a battery and just ship it, and hopefully it gets through customs, but I don't want that to happen. And there goes my Rogue Ally savings. I would rather have the Odin 2 Mini than the Odin 2 base. A1 ends ownership of my wallet. Unlimited here. The glue is great. Yeah, rip the internet. So yeah, the fact that I am giving these away, I am trying to give them to everybody I can. And the more members, that means that I could start just giving them to you guys without having to pay for shipping fees and stuff like that if you guys become members and stuff, and I get more views. The big thing about the channel, big thing about YouTube, I'm going to educate you quickly here, is that the views are really, really big. There is 14,000 members on this channel, and holy crap, Juan, thank you very much for donating 5 gaming memberships to 5 gamers on the channel. Congratulations, Jennifer Johnson. Congratulations, Randy Rivers, GTGT, Stevie Seams, and Alfred Berger for receiving those 5 gifted memberships. That was very nice of you, Juan. I really appreciate that. Those will help the channel with this white model going away to one of you guys. That is why I put plus giveaway on this video, because I wanted to talk about that a little bit more. This white model, hopefully Juan wins this. Juan wins this. Yeah, that would be kind of funny if he did, but awesome at the same time, because Juan and I talk a lot on the side on Discord. Well, not a lot, a decent amount, at least once a day. And same with Curtis. Curtis, I'm not sure if you're in here still, but Curtis Johnson and I, we go way back. He's actually a friend of mine that we go way back, and caca poo poo fart. We're weird. We're weird people on the side. I don't show that too much on the channel, but yeah. So I really appreciate everybody that jumps in and becomes members, that supports the channel. Juan, thank you again very much. That is 5 memberships. Let's take a look one more time at this Odin 2 mini, because I know I'm grabbing one. I'm definitely grabbing a couple. I'm going to say a couple and not tell you how many. And I'm hoping that I can get them very early. I want to review them. I tried contacting AYN. I haven't heard back anything. I contacted them a few days ago. I haven't heard anything back. But I really think this thing looks nice. I really do. Even the black model, I think the black model looks really slick. And I would definitely buy one if you don't have an Odin 2 yet. Just get the base model if you really need to know. The base model will be probably good enough. Well, it will be good enough. I think the base model of the Odin 2 is good enough. And it's more than good enough. It's perfect. I think it's perfect for a lot of emulation. And the thing about emulation is it's not the device that's holding the emulation back. It's the actual emulator. Because emulators like the Switch one, if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's done with development. I know they're trying to develop more of it. And it's just, it sucks that that whole situation happened, but honestly, it is what it is. Hard to buy one when I have an Odin 2 Pro. Yeah, it is. I want it because I have an Odin 1. I have an Odin 1 Lite and a Pro. I have an Odin 2, and I like the PS Vita, but I think I'm going to try to sell my PS Vita. You guys know about my modified white PS Vita. I've showed you it today. And I like the PS Vita. But I think I'm going to like this a lot more. And because of the joystick placement, the new joysticks. And I think I'm going to probably sell this thing. I do sell things. I said that a few minutes ago. And I might get rid of it. I might even use it as a giveaway. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. And that's one other thing I like to think about too, is trying to do other giveaways, not just for the Odin 2. Now, what giveaway I'm going to talk about today is not just the Odin 2 base model giveaway, but that red Retroid Pocket 4 Pro giveaway. That is coming up very soon. I'm going to be doing a review video, a re-review, which is going to showcase my Retroid Pocket 4 Clear Edition, just to kind of talk about what to expect when you buy a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, because it actually has impressed me a lot lately, and it's a nice, I call it the Odin 2 baby, but now we have the Odin 2 mini, so we can't really have an Odin 2 baby with the mini, I don't think. So, yeah, the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, for the price that it is a really nice device, and it outbeats the RG556, in my opinion. And it's just something that I want to share about. Excuse me, losing my breath here. I want to share that with you guys, what to expect with the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro that's going to be coming out next week. And I'm going to be talking about, with those that are in the live today, I'm going to be talking about the giveaway for the red one, because that's going to be coming out as well. So if you want to gain bonus entries to that, become a member, send me a super chat or super thanks on the video that's coming out next week for bonus entries and stuff like that if you want to. Now, if you want to just gain an entry, just comment on that video next week. I'm telling you that right now. And again, if you want to gain a bonus entry into the Odin 2 15,000 subscriber base model giveaway, then comment on this live video once it's rendered. So if it's maybe later on today, comment on this video. Multitask, and the Odin multitask, such as having pip mode, YouTube while switching games. I usually watch game guides while playing hard games. Now, it doesn't have that split option. I know what you're talking about. Like my phone has that option where I can like go into an app and then split the apps and stuff. I'm sure they could do that with a software update. If you jump into Discord and maybe kind of mention to people, I haven't seen, I don't think we have that feature yet. I know what you're talking about. The other feature that we really, really want is the tap on the screen feature. So we're not pressing the button all the time to turn on the device. I know there's an app for that, and you can just download an app to actually get that going and stuff. But I like to have all of that stuff integrated into the operating system. I know what you mean there, Monkey On. Or I think I said your name right. It's the Odin 2's nephew. Well, according to the interwebs, giveaway king, you rock, dude. How's it going, G Brown? Thank you very much. I did see your comment the other day about the Odin 2 goddess, this one right here. And I do try to remember everybody that actually comments a lot. I do try to remember who comments a lot, and I do have a list that I keep an eye on, everybody that does comment a lot, because I do appreciate everybody. As a DMG clan, I call it a clan. It's not really a clan, like that weird clan kind of thing, you know, it's just, I call it a clan, like it's like a gaming clan. I was in a gaming clan many years ago, like when I was in my early 20s. So yeah, this is just something that I enjoy doing for you guys, to give back, to appreciate you guys. And it's not like a Mr. Beast situation where I'm, you know, trying to give away $10,000 because you guys subscribe to the channel. It's more of a appreciation that I want you guys to be able to enjoy this stuff too. And yes, I spent a lot of money on these things, but I want you guys to know that what I share on this channel, whether it's good or bad, is all of my opinions. They are all my, they're not like, hey, this company told me to say this. They're my opinions, and you guys saw that with the RG556, for example. I bashed the crap out of that device, I think. Some of you got mad about that, but that's my opinion. It's my look at what I think about this device and why it's not good. Companies want to hear this kind of stuff. Companies don't want you to say, hey, this device is good. This device is good. This thing is good. Because they're not going to learn from their mistakes if they hear that everything is good all the time. Ambernick is pumping out devices every 5 seconds. They just pumped out a SP model of a device, and I'm not even go there. I'm not buying that thing. But anyway, so yeah, the companies want to hear this stuff, but if Ambernick's not going to actually listen to anything and actually update their operating system or whatever, then why do you keep pumping out these devices that are just going to go in the garbage in 5 years? You know, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Where Odin is doing, or AYN is doing a good thing. They released their very first device 4 years ago, I think it was, which was the AYN Odin 1. And now it's 4 years later, and they have this god device. This is a god device. I know I'm not showing it right now, but this device right here is really my favorite device. And I've been a big Android user probably since 2013, 12, 11, somewhere around there. So over a decade, I've been an Android user since the Galaxy S. That was the very first Android that I had. The very first touchscreen was a 2915, LG 2915. Not sure if you guys know what that is, but can I have an Odin 2 for a Huggy Wuggy? Where's the Odin 2 Max Mini? Yeah, where's the Max Mini? We don't need more than 12 gigabytes of RAM. Free Amrite. Tech question allowed. Since Yuzu is gone, has there been newer updates for different emulation or continuation of Switch? And there has been. There's only one God. I won't go there, Gamer Greggy. I know you said that before. I don't go religious on things because I grew up in a religious community. And yeah, I'm not community, religious household. And I'm not going to go down that path. That's not this kind of channel. But religion aside, Yuzu, yeah, there was another one. There was Suyu. Suyu was a bad one, and it was still the same thing, but they called it Suyu. I guess Suyu's trying to make a comeback. And then there was Sudachi. So Sudachi was another one, and what was the other one? I don't remember what the other one was, but there was another one. And yes, there was other developers trying to continue where they left off. I just keep reading the "Can I have an Odin for Huggy Wuggy?" But it's very sketchy right now because DMCA's are happening, and yeah, the whole situation is just sideways. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't know what we're going to see for Android emulation in regards to Switch emulation again. But I should reread the comment of mine. Imagine if I buy and then start winning every single giveaway. What was I saying? So about the Yuzu again. The fact that we have the other emulator on the PC for Switch emulation, and it's okay. But the latest version of Yuzu, the one that just was done for, the last one, as long as you have the right drivers, you have the right settings set up, you can play a lot of games really, really well. And I'm sharing videos right now of gameplay footage on the Odin 2 base model for Yuzu, the latest 278 model, only for Patreon though. I'm only doing it on Patreon because I know it's going to get taken off YouTube or get in trouble on YouTube probably. So the latest R18 driver that I've been using works really well. Ernie Beware, I still use latest Yuzu driver, still works, and all the games work enough for me. Yeah, exactly. So it depends on what games you're looking to play, right? Yeah, I heard that, yeah, Vim's Lair got hit by DMCA as well, and that was for a lot of Nintendo-based games as well. So I have a video coming out about how to dump your games, and it's legal. It's legal in Canada. We can dump our games, we can dump our videos, we can dump our music, and at least it's legal in a sense that I'm going to dump these games right here and keep them in my home. I'm not going to copy the games and upload them to sketchy websites and stuff. You know, I'm going to keep them inside of my house. And that's what the big thing is, keeping it inside your household, sharing it with other people inside your house or your family, I guess. But, you know, when later on the Fallout 4 side of things, yeah, that was really cool. I saw ETA Prime actually shared something about that. It was a joke. I know it's a religious channel. Well, if you want to go religious, Gamer Greggy, there's multiple different religions out there, and I'm not religious per se. I grew up Catholic, and I'm not actually, I don't follow it. But yeah, so only one God. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not going there. I don't want to tick anybody off. But anyways, because other channels praise flaws while he keeps it real. Thank you. Yeah, like I don't know, like when I did my review of the RG556, I was pointing out everything that it had wrong with it. Not because I wanted to, you know, bash it. Some people love the thing. I just didn't like it. I was honest about it, and it just didn't do it for me. And this is the device that does it for me. This thing right here. This is the best device I've owned. And I could call the Retroid Pocket 4 maybe the second if it wasn't ergonomically bad. But I have a video coming out about that. It's not ergonomically bad. It's just, it needs a case or something. But anyways, so that is why I call this device the awesome device. And the fact that we have a mini version coming out for it with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, the 3.2 gigahertz CPU, same Adreno 740 processor, mini LED. It looks like it's literally a PS Vita on drugs. I'm going to say that. It's a PS Vita on a different level. Android 13, Hall sticks, the same Hall sticks that this has, which is really awesome. And maybe we'll see the Thor one day. The Thor, I would say, would be the same processor as the AN Neo Pocket S, which I'm happy I didn't buy that, by the way. This looks like a gaming device. To me, this looks like a gaming handheld. Let's go take a quick gander. I'm gonna just go down a path. AN Neo Pocket S. Tech Dweeb did a review about this the other day, by the way. If you like Tech Dweeb just as much as I do, does that look like a gaming handheld to you? Does that look like something that you would want to sit down and play for hours? Do you want to ruin your hands because this thing is so thin? Do you want to spend $500 on a device that's really not going to do anything more than the Odin 2? Then buy yourself an Neo Pocket S, because it looks like an iPhone trying to be mixed with a PS Vita, and you can also buy a slim, fat case for it to actually make it look like it's a gaming device, because they realized their flaws before they actually released it and already had it built. That was not a plug at all. I don't know. I wasn't trying to promote this thing. But, like, the fact that they came out with a case for this thing just made me think, like, yes, they realized how badly ergonomic this device was, and they decided to come out with this. I don't think this looks like a gaming device. I think this looks like a phone with buttons, and this looks like a gaming device to me. It looks like a gaming device. And, well, obviously they copied the PS Vita, sort of, but I like it. It looks awesome. So that pocket throttles down to the point where it's worse performing than the Odin 2 in many cases. So that's what I heard too. Like, I heard that the performance on that Snapdragon Gen 3X, whatever, Gen 2, what was the Gen 2X processor, Gen 3X processor, that has the 1000 gigahertz CPU or GPU, I guess. Like, that thing's probably got a tiny fan in it. This thing's got a 2-inch fan. Let me see if I can. There's the fan right there. I'm not sure how big the fan is in that, but you can see the fan sort of in this. Oh, wait, you can't see it in there because I don't have my camera. Fan's right there, and it's about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And I've never had any issues with this thing getting too hot to the point where it needed to be shut down, or got overheated or anything like that. So that's for Apple boys. It looks like a cell phone. I'm gonna drop and crack the screen one. Yeah, exactly. That was my big thing about this too. Now, I've said this before too. The only thing that would change my mind is if this could have a SIM card slot in it. Has a SIM card slot. It has, I shouldn't actually be saying this, because what if they design this thing and I created like their next best awesome handheld and I didn't get any royalties for it? But anyways, my idea goes like this. Joysticks, they can be pushed in somehow with a spring-loaded kind of like magnetized kind of design where it pushes in, stays flush to the device, and then when you want to play it, you push on the joysticks, they pop out. Okay? I have a different brain sometimes about things. These joysticks press in. The buttons, they kind of do the same thing, or they have a cover over top of the buttons. So maybe a flap that goes over top of everything that kind of protects them when they shove them in your pocket. Okay? That is my one idea. So the joysticks have a spring load, and they go in, and then they pop out, and you're able to play it when you're just sitting on a train, sitting on a bus, sitting in a car, waiting to go somewhere, whatever. Has a SIM card slot. Play online with your 50 gigabytes of data. You can play online while you're driving somewhere or sitting on the bus. Talk on the phone if you need to. Say somebody's calling you, you got to talk on it. This is a phone. This is a phone with buttons. My idea, if it does get released anytime soon, well, I hope I get some royalties for it, because that idea I think is sick, and that is what I would like to see in a phone gaming device. So there's a flap come with the case. Yeah, so like that's where my idea comes in, is sort of like what you're saying there. Where is it? This. Something like this. But it doesn't cover the screen. It only covers like the joystick, but it makes the joysticks would be flush because they would press in. They would press in, and the device would be still a phone with just buttons on it, which is what this is. This is my Red Magic 8S Pro, which I haven't really shared a lot about. And it's a gaming phone too. Our fixed ability, if you drop it, it ain't popular enough to get replaced. Well, that's the other thing too, right? So if I drop this is my Red Magic 8S Pro. It's an expensive phone. I have dropped it a couple times, by the way, with the case on it, and it's fine. But if I drop this thing, it looks like it's a thin piece of glass, and the company's going to say, hey, we need to charge you $200 to fix it. That's going to suck, because this thing is so expensive, and it doesn't look like it's strongly protected to the point where it would, you know, last if I dropped it. The whole device looks like it's glass. The whole thing, it just did not appease to me, and I'm happy that I did go with my gut on this one. I'm going with my gut on this one and buying the crap out of it. This thing is awesome. I think this thing looks great. The only thing that scares me is these buttons being down here, but honestly, how many times do you press on the start button? A lot, you know, like I don't know, the buttons on the bottom of the Retroid Pocket 4, really, I've gotten used to these a bit, and they don't bug me that much because you're not clicking the start button all the time. You're just using your A, B, X, and Y and your joystick and your D-pad, right? So they're okay. They're okay in those spots, and I'm sure they did that for a certain reason because of the way that the board is set up. Like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of room in here to actually be able to put buttons up here after the fact, because it just looks like this spot right here has the microphone. And honestly, the buttons maybe could have fit up here right beside the ABX and Y, but how small is this shell? And obviously Sony did the same thing. I guess, no, that's a camera. So like, you see where the camera is right there? That could have been a button for the Odin 2. And then they could have had a home button just down here, just like the PS Vita. Maybe they didn't want to get sued by Sony. I don't know. But yeah, so what you... They are as close to the Odin 2, and it is fine. I like to start at the bottom system. Going into PSP Go slide out gamepad, make an update, Xperia Play. Somebody else has said that too. I don't know if it was you, GG, or not, but by how thin the screen looks. Yeah, so the fixed ability of the Odin 2, screen, battery, etc. would be a fun video. So I've already done a video about tearing down the Odin 2. I did a video where I tore down the Odin 2, took apart the back buttons and stuff like that. Let me see. I don't know. I'm not going to show that right now. But I did do a video about that. I'm going to try to get in there and look at it for a second. Hey, look at Aiden Walls did a video about his Retroid Pocket 4. Aiden Walls just literally did a video that I was talking about. Just give me a second while I... Oh, you can see my video still going down here. Yeah, somebody else asked me that as well, to do a video about a full teardown. And I have a lot of content on the channel about the Odin 2. And where is it? It's around here. There it is. So here you go. So there's that video if you want to watch it. But anyways, so I'm not going to be on here too much longer because I got to go. But anyways, this is basically what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear you guys think about the Odin 2 Mini. I'm getting one. I wanted to see, what do we got for the poll? So we got heck yeah, I would at 31% with 51 votes. I don't like the PS Vita, so no. So we got 51 votes total at 74% saying yes, they would. And the other 70 or 25% saying no. So definitely get yourself one if it's your first Odin device. And I am going to be signing off. Have a nice day, guys. Don't forget about the Odin 2 base model giveaways that I'm running. And become a member. Comment on this video after to get a bonus entry for that Odin 2 base model giveaway at 15,000 subscribers. And stay tuned for next week's video about the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Have a nice day. Love you all. See you next time.